Told you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you all very much. I will start off with fines and happy bucks. A fine for being late, and a happy buck for being able to help my wife with 2/3 of the request that she made at the very last minute for some folders to bring to work, so couldn't find one. Any other happy bucks this morning? Yes, sir.
I finally got my certificate so that my son can become a football number player.
All right, very good. Anybody else this morning?
All right.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, it's still right.
It's been a good charity ride for us for about 25 years. So medal this year, Michael. I need my medal, but nothing is said there. You know, I've got this collection from Kevin George Candy of all these. Some I did, some I didn't do with my computer. You know, no flat tires, no problem. Anyone else?
I'm gonna give $1.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna give you this. and give that.
Okay. I think she might be in Las Vegas already, but I don't
there.
I'll go deliver. I don't know if it's permanent. I know her house was for sale. She called. Wanted to know if I knew anybody that wanted a baby grand piano, but she had to get it out of her house by Saturday.
Oh, my
And I said, call Richard Bell.
Why did old
This looked like it was in good shape.
So Jerry, you could probably club funds and fly out and deliver it to her. I'm just throwing that out. No. Okay, moving along.
Yeah, moving on. Do I need to turn the mic on?
Probably.
Somebody online.
No, but it'll be recorded.
All right, very good. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody have their pens or a logo badge on? All right. I bought a new pin on that Russell Hampton. It says. And it's got the Rotary logo on it. So wanted some decals that after I ordered them, they said, oh, I got.
Probably 300 of them.
Anybody else? Oh, I've been here for a while, so. Is that a bad thing for you?
I haven't had any.
Well, you're in luck, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They're buy one, buy none, get one free.
There you go, sir. Okay, very good. All right. Good morning.
Well, I'll just have to ask you.
I, no, it's up to you. This is the club assembly and, what I did was printed off the August and September board meeting notes. Set this down here, so I'm not constantly.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you take a look at August 3rd, we'll just kind of go over some things here. I don't want to read it to you, as you can see. Page 10.
Here,
Any copies?
you want one? I've been to the board meeting, so.
I was there too.
All right.
How much do you remember that?
So you can see who was present, treasurer's report. We'll get to, I couldn't find September financials.
I've got them pulled up.
You've got
We
to
can
pull
share
up.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Would you share them, please? And we'll.
I can,
as
if you
soon
want
as
me
we
to.
get settled, we will.
They were August, because September's not over yet.
Yeah, it was whatever I have.
August, I did put in August, I'm sorry. Okay. You're right, September.
Actually, I have July for some reason. Oh, well,
So-
I'll have to find the other ones.
Well, we have,
What's that?
yeah,
He's looking great.
Ruth sent the check to George, the waterman, and I hope you all are getting.
Georgia Waterman, you get the first check.
This was our.
Yeah, this was in
On the-
our match, yeah. So,
It'll be all right. I'm not worried about that.
excuse me. Let's see. September. So as soon as we get the financials, it's basically, the district dues, I'm still waiting, but I do believe I saw an email that we got the bill for the district dues.
They came out, yeah.
And Show Me Rotary, did they?
We don't know yet.
Okay. That's interesting. Can't put on this.
8-1.
Keep going, I'll tell you what, Bob. you have
Well,
anything?
I have the one pulled up that Ruth sent on, oh no, that's 8-1. You haven't sent anything for this month yet, right? September, you should have. Never mind. Yeah, I'll find him.
Okay,
I'm gonna unhook
Bob, do
this
you have anything for the foundation report?
Not really.
Not
for
really.
a minute.
Very good, and that's pretty much what this reflects. Dave, did you input the goals for Brian?
I have. We're one of the few that have them in.
Okay, very good. That's-
Just district-wide, we are at like 30% of the clubs actually have their goals in.
Okay. I'm gonna skip over the membership report for the time being, because that's going to entail a full discussion, possibly long, maybe not. Youth report, the RILA, I told the board that we did not get a refund for our second student that attended because they basically confirmed they weren't coming on the day that RILA started. So I feel terrible about that. And we kind of kicked around some ideas on that, but we didn't come to any conclusion on how to.
Was there a big excuse?
No. There was not an excuse. Just, well, the sheet, and it was Valerie finally got a hold of the mother, probably 5 o'clock. I was like, well, with a multitude of excuses. So, I think that's the only second time. First time we had.
A little further away. Yeah, a little harder to travel. Those who can't really talk about it.
Right. So, and they are beginning to make plans for next year. Or actually, I take that back, they're beginning to get ready to update the website with current stories of last year's Rylarians. I have not put a photo in, and I missed the deadline, so I'll try to get it in. Our student, I did see that he was accepted to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. I don't know if he's going to be applied to any other colleges, but I was very excited.
Was that the student librarian?
Yeah, student librarian, yes. So Nakai,
I don't.
Steele, Myers, and his father is Mike Floyd, who is a coach and a teacher in the district. So a football coach, he coaches football with Nats. So, and I have the letters, I'll pass those around. That Nakai sent us. He is a senior, yes. Yeah, this year they opened it up to seniors just because they didn't have a chance last year. Okay. Scholarships, service report, and you want to talk about the scholarships, and then Bob, if you want to go into the And with Ted, you can make some notes.
Just briefly, we've got the $500 scholarships out to the three scholarship recipients. One of them was a little challenging, but when they finally didn't get it from us, they contacted me. So we got that as well. The next ones will go out in September, December, $500. And the young lady who got the $3,000 scholarship, we're gonna be sending, or have we sent?
We did send that.
Yeah, we sent 1,500 to CMU, and we'll send the other at the second semester. What else? Oh, I wrote the letter. Did you get it in? Mitch,
Yes.
Okay, so there should be an article in the local life next time around about the scholarship winners with a picture.
Well, we have some issues. The scholarship document that Ted signed, the Pride and Promise on it, indicates they are to handle the money, and they really have the final say of the recipient with our input, because I don't think that's a problem. I have not reached out to Scott Manton to talk about that. He actually has the money now, but evidently the insurance policy that prompted this, the beneficiaries must not have been Pride and Promise or the other school before assuming. So I don't know where that stands. It seems to me that, and Jerry, just from our discussions, I was not impressed with her. I thought the Pride and Promise would invest $100,000 and make anything on it. And so it's a little bit disappointing that they are structured that way. They are usually much more people do it. So those are some considerations, but we don't know where we're going to go, what's going to happen. But Scott had impression was he had invested that money in the markets go up, and it's well worth more than the $90,000. So I'll talk with him.
As I was looking in the code here, I ran across a newsletter, Rotary Club of Oakland, from September 1st, 1993. So, pass that around if you want to take a look at that.
You're the first one that's ever looked inside.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Must have been in something we cleaned out.
Take a little, here's some water damage stickers.
Either that or
And an
I
online
ran
store.
into Bill Smith's daughter. She might have given that.
We have banners that we give away. I don't know if banner giving away is still a thing, if you visit other meetings or not. So let's see.
Not too many people have visited other meetings.
A Rotary Rockstar Award from 2018-19.
That may still, I'll take it back to the
Another gavel. It's got a label on it. Let's see what else. Well, just have a treasure trove here. The significant service. I've already put those in the pocket.
For safety.
Yes, exactly. A Rotary Significant Service Award from Linda Kubauer in 2018-19. There's a nice certificate there, and looks like notes from the district meeting. And the Rotary Foundation is a certificate of appreciation for ending polio now for 2018-19. Wow.
Who was president here?
You've been president.
No, I don't know. He did 2 or 3.
Who was before you? Who was president before you?
I don't know, Paul Burke.
Okay, official vote of the club, do we want to keep these as a,
I think, I make a motion that those get down.
we have a motion that these get put in the file, gray file over there?
Yeah.
They're pretty ragged looking. So, okay. Very cool.
Amazing what we get done with the process.
Well, you know.
It's called housekeeping.
I just brought away something. Here, this should tell us, I see if you saw that.
Yeah.
Somerset was required.
Moving along, the Make a Change grant has been completed, the CAP grant, we won't find out anything until late August or early September.
Things are on order, things are gotten so.
Oh,
The money is there, yes.
Very cool, all right,
It's-
excellent.
and I'm sorry to hear that.
Might not be that.
Excellent. Dictionary project, we decided we're gonna do pending Rittner's input. The dictionary project, and we discussed whether or not we want to get the third graders and fourth graders this year, because the third graders did not, but last year's third graders did not get a dictionary. So, Mike, do you have any input on whether you think the district would like us to do that again or not?
So I don't think we were able to find something that had that much, for the cost, had that much. Use it.
So,
Do you like the idea of us giving them to both years?
third and fourth graders?
Yeah, we can, if that's what the club wants to do, we can definitely do third and fourth. I can get the numbers. It's gonna be challenging because we're not permitting visitors to the building.
Right.
So I don't know if we would just want to provide a statement that the teacher can use for the students. Or something.
Actually, we wanted you to do it every time.
Yeah, we know the people at the admin center.
Right.
You play cards.
Right. So we could, or if someone had even a or slideshow about those we want to provide the teachers with the they can pull it up, those kids.
Did they do that on other phones?
Yeah. this is there. Pull it up. Or even if somebody wants to do a video message, send it out to the teachers to play.
Video message. Brian, since he's the club president, and see if he'd like to do a report. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I have the numbers, we just, we typically estimate over a little bit because the numbers fluctuate quite a bit.
Ryan said he had less than
Yes.
So we have to start. Right.
so whatever you, we'll just probably order the number.
And then,
We do have a group of kids at both grade levels that are virtual, about 25 kids, and we can find a way to get them there.
cool, that sounds great, and selfishly, I'm glad we're doing that. My grandson is in the third grade this year, so.
Pretty good check, you can see, get the video play. Talk about service and all.
It's been kind of a year, so don't want to more ways. My son and daughter. My son-in-law and daughter. So, if you want to know more about it,
I remember previous years we talked about it.
so, yeah, at any rate, and by no means. So I'll talk to you about that if you want. Coat and hoodie project, go back to Mike again. Dave has already gotten the project going for the coats. And Brian was going to get with Mike on sweatshirts for the high school students.
So he did, is it sweatshirts or hoodies, or we're talking about the same thing? Hoodie.
Yeah.
That's what they would want, right?
Yeah, the teacher confirmed they can do it. They can order the hoodies and do the whole project if we want. I would just need a dollar amount to tell the teacher, send this much money, let us know when it's done. Invoice us when it's done.
Maybe 500, like that.
That sounds very familiar.
Any thoughts? I think that's what we did. Well, we only did it once, but that $500 went a long way.
How many did,
Fire.
how many did we buy? How many were
I
buying?
do not remember.
I'm not sure that they
I think-
told us. did they?
Yeah, I don't think they gave us a number. They said that, I remember helping them move the boxes and there were probably 20 to 30 boxes of hoodies because at that point, the supplier heard what they were doing and just donated a whole bunch of extras that they had in multiple colors that were laying around. So they put the image on those two and then just sent those out.
District will get lucky again.
Yeah.
Vendor will say, hey, let's.
Yeah, but I can ask her for how many this time,
No, because they did the screen printing themselves. They're buying the shirts
Class.
directly.
Well, I would assume we need a motion, a second, and a vote.
Move that we donate $500 to the city project.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, very cool.
For the school. After they make it, so the school kids
The
or
kids make
staff,
that in the class.
are they willing to sell them?
But I think the whole idea was that it's part of our coach.
Yeah, we gave them three.
We're giving them away.
Since high schoolers don't really wear coats.
Yeah.
Most of them, some of them have the sense to, but the rest of them, it's not cool to wear a coat to school.
Well, I also fall into that camp.
She wears a
This
hoodie.
is my essential uniform for the rest of the winter.
Winter?
Well, I got another thing I put on sometimes, get serious. Is there a place where I could go and get a regular hoodie or a husky hoodie?
Do they have a store?
I don't know if they have a secret. Oh, there is an online
An
store.
online store that's not associated with kids.
Right.
There is an online.
Right, it's not associated with kids. Sports energizers, Mattingly's is a very good supporter of the
Yeah,
community.
yeah.
So that, they usually have a few in there.
Okay. All right.
Um, So, yeah, that would be a good idea. Oh, by the way, does anyone want a freezer coat? One. It's comes down to about here on me. And it was for when I had to do, well, basically, yeah, it was actually traffic directing, out in the cold. And I kept, my butt was getting too cold, so everything I could find was this way, and I finally ran across, it's a freezer coat. It's bright orange. And I mean bright orange. Mike, so if you will pass that word along. Well, I kind of ran it by Bridget and she wasn't very interested, but,
Might be great for all those things.
ooh. Let's block that off.
Do you take it out of Viking?
Oh, no, this is not.
It's got the bike.
This, it has great pockets because it's made for yeah.
No blood stains or?
No, they're brand new, and the one car that came close, this week, so none of my blood on that, so thank you.
I take it from you, but I think I'd have to have a truck. Yeah.
Consider it for me.
It might go all the way down to your feet, yeah, that's entirely possible.
Probably right up over my head.
Yeah.
We're the only club in the world that has a member of one.
And orange.
It's,
And it admits to it.
it's, that's the bigger thing. And then we are in the process of purging at our house. We've not yet gotten to my area.
But you know it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. So, probably sooner than later.
My wife is assisting my daughter-in-law, because her mother moved from independent living to assisted living. So Becky's been on the eBays and giving stuff away. People come by our house at 6:30 on Saturday morning, pick up a box.
Yeah, well, when I retired, basically everything went in my basement. I haven't really messed with it very much since, so it's 2 years.
Hey, backing off a minute, the dictionaries, who's ordering this?
Good question.
You get numbers, who's done it in the past?
I haven't done it for a few years, but I keep getting a finger pointed at me. At least it's not that big.
Is Brian done it?
Fine, they have the list. Somebody gives me the contact info, I'll work it. I don't care.
There's a website, yeah. I haven't got any emails from them.
Well, it sounded like Mike said he had the numbers with him. I don't know.
Mouse races. Consensus of the board not to have in-person mouse races this year. And we're still continuing to look at some type of alternative or virtual or saw something that was done virtually and it was very successful, but I can't remember what it was. I have to go back through my Facebook posts and things and see if I can find anything. AV equipment that
Well, I
completed.
think we also said, because everyone's doing paying in for our meals. So
Yes, yes.
We're getting about $5,000 a year from the membership. Or
Yeah, so we're a couple thousand short of what.
I know I've seen a lot of virtual walks where you pay your money and you get a T-shirt and it's on your own to walk.
There was one of the teachers of the school I work at has had cancer. She's not been in the building that she's due back in a couple weeks from now. But they ordered T-shirts that you could purchase and to help raise funds to cover the costs and so on. And one of the T-shirts they ordered was, "I did not walk for Jean." So it's a non-walk that they raised close to, I think it was $4,000 just by selling the T-shirts. Now and that's I think the key. It was a very well-defined cause, very specific. Just for money in the community, to help the community out is not nearly as well-defined as we're going to focus on this, whatever that might be. So something to consider.
The Union Club has I think I quoted a 0.1K fund run.
Yeah.
And it's in conjunction with the local fair and frankly, at the end of the 0.1K, it's like a beer tent and chicken wings. So I thought maybe we could try something like this. What's the summer thing that I'm never here for? June, parade, all that. Block party, there you go. I should go.
Right, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
What'll happen.
I don't want, is that when they have the Joey Wasser?
Yeah.
Run? Okay.
Well, it's a drama. For those who don't, there's a lot who don't.
21K.
So,
The first year it was from a bar on one block to a chicken wing place at the end of the same block.
they have shirts and all that.
It's your money. Sure, what?
It runs from the diner
Starts at 0.1.
0.1.
or go downhill.
Anyway,
0.1K for what it's worth is 109.3 yards.
Oh, that's
Football.
Yeah.
Seems like overdoing it.
It's not bad.
Just say
0.01. from the coffee shop to here.
That would be good, yeah.
The other thing we were talking about, and I have to make a connection with, you, to see if the mouse guy would, if we could somehow do a virtual, maybe we would have them here, and a few of us be here in attendance and kind of run the show, but yet we would somehow do it online.
How would you do that?
It would all have to be, we'd have to do it like with Vimo or Venmo and all those kinds of different, we'd have to do it some kind of virtual app.
So keep your ears open and eyes open.
I was gonna contact them and see if they've done anything yet that way, and if they did, how, and, you know. If somebody's already invented the wheel, then just figure.
We are investigating a new flag for the coffee shop.
Yeah, so what we ended up doing is I ended up just buying a new base.
Okay.
So we have a new base. To buy a good quality, the whole thing, anywhere from $150 one was made China, $250 to $350.
Is that the new base, yeah?
So that's the new base.
And then we lobbed up 4 inches.
I had a $50 gift Amazon card that somebody gave me, and $51. Done. And then we went to put it in Monday night, and somebody had shaved the bottom of that pole, evidently to fit into a different hole. So Dave took it home and cut off the shaved portion so that it fits right.
Okay, so no more
That's done.
duct tape.
No more duct tape, all done.
Looks a little bit nice.
No more leaning, tower of Pisa.
And you-
And it's a solid base. There's no sand or anything to break and fall apart.
I was thinking there was a flag from the base out of Kirkwood.
There's one in Brentwood area,
Bob had found one, there's one.
There's one over
Olive,
on Oxford Road.
so
I
I
just-
Allen Shoots, that's right.
I will do that.
Whatever the flags made in-
I don't see anything wrong with it unless y'all want to
Yeah.
place the flag.
The only thing is I was unfurling it today, the only thing is that flag is a little bit on the dirty side. So at some point, might want to take it in and get it clean.
Do you remember, what was the guy's name, Ed? Makeup one time. Anyway, he was in the flag, but the real character, popped into makeup brewery.
Over there by you with Priest Fire.
I see two, so. Okay, the meat of the meeting, so to speak, is under the other discussion concerning the change of the name of the club. Basically, the board has decided to bring to the club, since we have moved from meeting in Overland to a meeting in Maryland Heights, we are thinking of changing the name of the club to Rotary Club of, we don't know. Now, I did see one of the couple of things that will have to happen after that, if they decide to do that, is one, we'll need to get new badges. So the club will have to pay for badges unless each member wants to pay for their own. And the other thing is our banner. David mentioned that it does not follow the new Rotary branding guidelines. So in addition to the and one of the things that I thought when I saw this, when I continued to go through there, it says Suburban St. Louis. Is there a Rotary Club of Suburban St. Louis?
No, nothing of it.
What he asked, what's the
Dave Mueller sent me an email. I'll read the whole thing. Man, I need to dream about better stuff. I mean, this is what he said. I actually woke up thinking about this and got up and wrote it down, trying for bigger than Overland, smaller than the entire St. Louis region. So Arch City Rotary, Big Rivers Rotary of St. Louis, Gateway Rotary, or Spirit of St. Louis Rotary. All of which would get the St. Louis area at the end. His thought, and he said, his pick would be Spirit of St. Louis Rotary. The name is historic, aspirational, and well-known both locally and outside of St. Louis. The name doesn't step on the toes of other local clubs, isn't too big for its britches, but also has room to grow. And then we could have fun with the art, graphics, and so on and so forth. You don't want to lock, my opinion is you don't want to lock into a locality because then you have the same problem we're looking at right now. You want it to more regional thing, overarching.
Or you say spirit of serving such and such community.
I could see where this could be designed interesting. Spirit of St. Louis, spirit of serving, spirit of. So, he couldn't be here, he wanted me to throw that one out there.
I thought, somebody had mentioned Northwest,
Midwest.
Midwest County. Right now, I do not believe that there's a St. Louis County.
That there is. Yeah.
I like the spirit, it's different. Cool logo and stuff. But so many people may want to join virtually.
That's interesting. My wife is involved in Offensive West. I think it's called Spirit of St. Louis. It's women. I think there's 180 of them that donate $1,200 a year. And they give away somewhere around 200 to 250,000. Not for profit, obviously. So these nonprofits who apply for their grants, but it's called Spirit of St. Louis. Similar name.
With the wagon train.
Well, you have to realize that if you think about the Oregon Trail, it went from Old City of St. Louis to Walton Road and Lackland, and then it went through St. Charles. So it's a lot there.
You could, I mean, I'm not a graphic designer by any stretch, but just thinking about what you said, plus my, you could take it from, you could have one
wagon
wagon
turning into a
train going to the Spirit, the Spirit of St. Louis aircraft, Lindbergh's aircraft, or something similar to just a generic aircraft. I can see where that might be something we could do. I'm not artistically inclined, but I can envision, I can't do.
But you also can kind of take that streetcar line in through from Delmar Loop that went all the way to 34 Park. I'm somewhat in that area. That would work. People don't remember that.
Right behind it.
We need, and the one thing we need, my opinion, and it's just my opinion, we need to remember that the younger audiences who we're looking at, that's gonna, is this gonna matter to them? The name may or may not. I think Overland taking that out of the equation, because we're not there at this point, does make a big difference. Part of the graphics and what we keep, what we don't, how that's gonna blend in. We need to look at it through the eyes of a younger individual and make it, in my mind, make it more appealing to a younger person, not necessarily just the history, but have it somehow be appealing to younger individuals.
Rotary Club or SPL subreddit.
There you go. Hashtag whatever. I'm being just as bad as you are, but yes, in a way, you're right.
STL.
Rotary Club of Spirit of STL.
Yeah,
I think it broadens you more than geographically Maryland makes it over. Which is, okay.
and our territory could be, one of the things we talked about was the territory would still include Whitman, would include Pattonville, would include the Parkway North Territory Parkway, which would take us, actually, we could, I mean, if we wanted to eventually, Chesterfield Club no longer exists. So we could branch all the way out there and take members, we could go down to all of that area. Yeah, okay, true, locality.
We used to have territories that were, they were, mechanism meets, like, those territories were, they, point A over here, up in there, over there. You know, we were chartered back in 47, when there were territories, and our territory was the school district, with our school district. So we have little bits of 9 communities there. So, and, but Rotary doesn't require territory. So you have localities,
We don't want to,
very big.
we don't want to bump into, we don't want to, my opinion, and I go on territory, and thank you for the correction, I truly appreciate that. I don't want to pull for somebody else's area. Clayton Ladue, you know,
Or
right, exactly, so you want to, in my opinion, I still think in terms of territory, only because of, I don't want to bump into where they are and go for.
Well, it seems to me that we could imprint some to the Creek Court area. Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
see-
yeah, there's
I
nothing
guess I
there.
really don't see much from St. Charles Rockford, Bridgeton, this year. Or if I do see it,
Or up this way,
up
yeah.
this way.
Westport,
Oh, well,
on the
definitely.
whole Westport
And
territory.
you're still back to we're a morning club, you know, so you're not overlapping.
Was
Was
a
that,
lot of the, right,
because the other clubs are noon.
right.
Just like when we kind of worked with Lambert, they were.
Everybody's like a morning club. We get anybody who doesn't, can't make an afternoon.
Where the Odar,
STL coffee shop.
Odar 30 Club.
Well, and there are Rotary clubs that are the morning club of
Yeah.
Jefferson City.
Yeah, yeah. Or the evening club of, I mean, Jeff City has a few like that.
Right.
And as does St. Charles, noonday and breakfast. Yeah.
But I kind of like I like the ring of the STL, just because it's not. Spirit up.
Spirit of STL.
Does that roll off the?
People want to think about it some more and we'll
Oh, yeah.
hash it around. But I think that's a good idea.
Did we ever? Sorry. Did you ever check into whether it would impact the?
I have not yet. I wrote myself a note to remember. Question was, would it impact our charter date or would it get a new charter? I don't believe.
When we-
I don't believe it would change the charter at all.
Eons ago, it was gonna cost us a ton. We looked at this.
It happens so much now
Okay.
that I don't believe it impacts the charter date.
I will check with Darwin to be sure I'll email him today.
Any other thoughts about that? Mull it around, talk, guess we need to get the opinion of some of our members. who aren't here and.
I think Larry's a little
I think-
concerned about the old members.
Yes, I'm more concerned about the older members.
What were you worried about?
Howard,
He doesn't,
Scott.
he isn't around here.
Yeah.
In my mind, in all honesty, it's majority. I know.
Future,
right,
trying to attract new people.
would. I wonder if Tim Walkenhorst or Jill would be able to help us out a little bit. Just because they started newer clubs with younger members and,
I talk, I'll reach out to him.
okay.
I'm actually gonna see him on Monday.
I just saw it yesterday. I just saw it Monday.
I would say, let's talk with Heather.
Yeah. Certainly get her opinion of what would be attractive to someone her age or.
Right, and I know she was talking to people of that age group.
Yeah.
To explain and to try to get involved. And while we're on that, I know there's no requirement for attendance any longer. How would we handle that with somebody that says, I just can't ever make meetings, but I'd be interested in doing something?
Welcome. Well, make it when they can, zoom in when they can.
What does Forest Park do?
Never attended.
Yep, maybe, what, twice a month? I think one morning or one evening, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least that's what it used to be.
They don't have a regular meeting place, do they?
That's maybe there's a wine bar on Kirkwood Road.
That's the one that Tim started.
Right.
Let's kick it around. One of the things, we are a service club, and Heather brought it up, and, what do you do? Well, we do codes and we do dictionaries, and soon, I think we're going to be able to get back into the food pantry. Is that, did I hear that at the board meeting?
That's what their plans are, yes. When they can have everybody in full.
Which they announced they're having customers back in the building right in the middle of October.
Since we're on this way too, Bill, what's the extent of the Mount Zion program that they give food away that, I mean, something to support that, are they pretty well self-sufficient?
I
Step back from that, I don't.
backpack program?
Yeah.
And I know that some of the schools thought did that, do they still do that? Well, that's something to know around and think about and get opinions. And if you know any young people, it's
Related to that name change, I was thinking, would it make sense, it would just take us longer to land on something, but would it make sense for someone to develop a brief survey of possible names, and if we all just send it to the people we know, for give us some feedback, which is more appealing, because we're really trying to rebrand them.
right.
And we may find that something that we choose is more like our way of thinking, and we've got more feedback from other people we know that help us do something. We just finally, it may make sense to go a little bit slower in that to create a new name, and then 6 months later, say, oh, we should have done, and change the name again.
Well, and right at this time, I don't think we're in a huge hurry to, like, we have to pick a name.
That's part of
We
the
talked
process.
about trying to get in November sometime, people from the community out there. We talked about all this.
We've done great, come out and do a program, like ask them if you want to do a program about that type of thing, and branding, and naming, and maybe that would be informative, but also helpful.
Right. I think that would be a good thing, because I know that. I think it would be a program, nothing else.
You know,
We need programs, right, Jerry?
Yes, we do need programs.
when you talk about branding, one thing, my sister-in-law was involved, seeing Mercy, Mercy went out and branded. If you look around, Mercy's on everything. I think the other one is interesting, is Fire. Yeah. It's another interesting thing, Fire. They hold it down. But, I just think that that's important, the brand.
Oh, it attracts attention. A lot of people don't know what Rotary is, but.
Oh, I know what, the other thing I was gonna say, talking about branding, one that bothers me are these credit unions. What does together mean? I mean, together meant something, them bringing themselves together. Does that really mean much to the consumer? I don't think it does. Together credit. Well, but internally, it goes back to your point, internally, it sounds, oh, we're all together now, that sounds great internally. But, you're right.
Is it appealing to the people who want to?
Okay, well, that's something for us to think about. I do want to thank two people for, over in the corner is the new Rotary cabinet, Rotary Zion Church cabinet, and that was thankful to Dave and Mitch, who had an interesting tale on getting it here. The upper portion will not be locked. It goes for the sound system for the church. The bottom portion will be ours and.
Where did it come from?
I found it online. I found it at the Facebook market. So $75. Solid wood. Had somebody cleaning out a house. It was right over there. You never know where anyway, it was right off of Cypress. Like 5 minutes from your home.
But you get transported in the earth.
No. A really old, remember the old blue van that they used to run around? We still have it. So I've got, still has the floor and it's the casket. We have carpet in there and we were able to just pivot it down. We had a fridge, appliance down, strapped it on there, got it out of the house. That top carapace actually just sits on there. It's a whole separate piece. So that came off and then we were able to maneuver it. So we picked it up on Saturday and came here, but I
It was a
didn't.
piece of furniture.
It is.
Should have brought the hearse, that would be, why can't we?
I called looking at things in person. I don't know if y'all, Steph and I were at the Galleria eons ago. Might have been. We fell in love with painting. That's one of the central walls, whatever it used to be. Anyway, I'm like, that's a great one. And couldn't get it in the car that we had. So, Mr. Jensen, I called him. He's like, I'll bring the hearse down. So here's 8:30 at night. He brought the hearse down to the Galleria garage. We loaded his painting in the hearse.
You ever take the hearse to the drive-in theater?
On that note,
I did do a 40th birthday one time when I was just starting in the business. somebody, and it was one of our pre-40th birthday. And they had us show up at their house at 6:30 in the morning. My wife unlocked the door. And these pretty people, sales friends that he had anyway, they went into his house, into his bedroom, and carried him out. Put him in the hearse. And then they took pictures, and then let him go in and get dressed, and then we piled, there was probably 8 people piled in the back of the hearse. And we went to a local Shoney's, and I backed up to the front door. At 7 o'clock in the morning, open the door, and all these people come out. You should have seen the old people coming out. So they all got out, and I was like, anybody want to ride? I was like, not yet. I was probably like 20 or 21.
Next week is the 5th Wednesday. Al, would you like to explain your suggestion? About,
Fifth Wednesday.
your birthday
Oh,
party.
the birthday party. Is it planned?
Is-
Is it planned?
That's what you
We're
like
getting
to
there.
do, that's
Well,
what,
nobody told me, I hadn't heard of it. Anyway, I'm raising it, it's a fundraiser for my birthday, okay? And you're gonna, what time?
What time do you want?
Well,
Yes.
I think you said half hour, right?
Yeah, happy hour, the drinks and hors d'oeuvres are on me. I want 2 presents. I want cash or checks made out to Overland. And the money that I raise from this deal goes to Tom Brennan's info deal.
I guess I'll be there.
You can't be there?
So
Well, he said he will be.
Oh, you will be.
So that'll go against our
Anybody
polio
raised
plus.
goes-
That'll be for our polio plus campaign.
Okay, and where?
So, we were talking about next door.
Oh, Cyber?
Cyber, I never can remember that name.
Yeah.
That way it's
That's
close.
a great.
What time?
We can do 5 or 6 o'clock.
Well,
I'll be working.
Brian can't make it till 6. Well, he won't be able to be there more, that's what he said,
I have
because
a
he's gone.
meeting by Zoom at 6, so I can make it a little earlier. But that meeting sometimes gets changed. at the last
5 to 7 then, for everybody? Happy hour. appetizers. In honor of Al's 81st birthday, because he couldn't do his big 80th last year.
No, 80, my
91st. Come on.
You made him-
behind me.
Yeah, but you make him younger. I mean, that should make you feel a little better.
No kidding.
My 80th, I was still raising money for my church in Oklahoma, and I had the same thing down there on
That's
that.
what it was. 91st.
Do we have any last minute takers? I think the pot is up to
Not
200,
having changed.
over 200. There's change over here.
She got changed.
You got change for 20?
Depending on how many tickets you want to buy. We have the deck of cards.
Yeah, I did.
We have, I apologize for running late. There is the Joker right there.
Put our constitution fine.
We're on top of it. Well, it's kind of being difficult to do that because of there are so few cards now.
If I win, I'm gonna flog them all.
Move them around a little bit, and whoever is the winning ticket can come up here and.
You know, I have to pull it out of the.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards.
Wow.
6.
So,
Hold on. Who's gonna pull them up?
that is a good question.
I don't have anything in there, so.
Okay, well, we'll let you pull the number. Would you
Hold on.
like something in there?
Would you like to
Al?
pull this little strip out?
No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I just want to remind you, who came over here twice to help with that?
That's
Oh,
Just
that's
throwing that
right.
one out there.
And you saw it off the.
And who's, yeah,
If
well, I had to
know-
make it shorter. I mean, you know.
So you need to-
So I can
Get it down there.
get it more I know, yeah. Yeah, I'm not even looking.
I really want to go over.
Last three numbers, 917.
Oh, no, that's right before me.
917,
917.
my birthday.
You may have
That's
it.
And get your ticket, you gotta call the number,
You gotta go up
917.
there and
Gotta
pick a
pick-
I'm on the pick card. Card that is on that podium.
Man, if you win,
Mixed up.
portfolio thing will start out.
No clue where the Joker is, and it's not that. Oh,
How
no.
do we keep doing this? Is this
Ladies
the
and
furthest
gentlemen,
it's
thank
ever
you very
been?
much for attending. Thank you for pulling up